Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and what did I do with my chopstick? I had it there for a minute. Here it is, right before my eyes. Today is July 30th of 2025. It's Wednesday. It's 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius. At about 12:10 p.m., I gotta wait. Mr. Clock's stuck at 1:13, so I have to wait until that time comes by so I can wind them up. Today we're gonna do three quicks. We're going to do 2 condiment growers, which are 2 maples in the condiment pots that you can get at any Chinese store that sells their, in Chinatown that sells stuff like that. And then we're going to do our repot of our April 13th of 2025 Easter Easter pot, because for some reason the soil ain't draining, and I think the roots are starting to go. So that one is starting to show pukey form. So I don't want the roots to clamber up. So I'm trying something different on it. But first, the pots. A quick and easy solution. These 2 trees are dead, but you can see how the roots are entwined in here. So I'm just gonna take this out. And you can see the nice root system on it, how it curled around. So all we're going to do is cut the top off, right where the good part's at, right about there. I don't know if you can see the dead part. We're just going to cut it to about there. And then, since the screen is tight in there, you can pull these out. They didn't make it. Take the scissors and just cut that out, take that out. Get that out. Now these go outside, so I'm not worried about anything. So then we're going to take our 2 parts cocoa coir, 1 part number 1 red chicken grit, and a 1 part coarse mix. And let's see if we can put some on the bottom here. Can you see it? Yes, you can. I guess I'm not making a better door than a window today. Put that in. And then we'll take just some of these long roots and we'll cut them back. Just like that. And we'll put the tree a little bit off to here. Get Mr. Spoon. Put in some soil for it, and we'll just lay it on top like that. Now this is just a tree I pulled out of the ground. These were from last year, but the forest didn't take because I didn't water it. This is the only one that survived, so you gotta water your trees, especially these little ones. I got them now in a little plastic dish that holds water, so they seem to survive in that. But with our mix, and then we'll just do a little jibber jabber here. Got that all in there nice. Later on I'll look for some moss and put it on there. Just give them a little watering. That. A little more there. You can take a tree and pull it out of the ground and you can grow a bonsai tree. No, I don't wire my trees. I believe in the natural growth of the trees. Same thing with my tamaracks forest. I gotta bring it so you can see how I'm gonna do that one, or how I'm letting it grow. So that's this one. We'll take Mr. Elephant. He says hello to all the kitties out there. I'll just give him a light little watering. Just like that. Put them on the side for now. Now we'll get this one out. You can see how tall it is. And this, its friend died. So I'm just going to pull all this out. It's the time you stripped all the bark off of that feeder root there. Well, that's because it's too long right now. We're going to cut that back. I got some water there. Wet my hands in the rag. And then we're going to take my root scissors and just cut these back. And right where we cut that one and strip the bark off, we cut it. Cut that there. And then we're just going to knock off the top just a little bit like that, and we'll see which way it grows. Since this is opposite leaves, it can go this way and this way, but if we want it to grow like a curve, we can always cut it this way. Now normally I'd cut it back here, but it's late in the season, so next year we could probably do that to shorten it up. And we'll take all these roots off of there. Let's put that in there. And we'll get our chicken grit. Pull that down, put that down. Then we'll put our tree on top like that. Put some on the sides there. And we got a nice flat little root base there, developing. Yes, I know that's what I got in these pants. I'm rubbing my hands in my pants to wipe them off. And just give a little bit of azus on the roots. And we'll get some moss for it later. Because with the rain, the moss is starting to grow. And I'll put some on it, and then I'll do a short video so you can see it. Now this one has a root growing up on top there. It could be like an air root, but we'll leave it out. It'll dry by itself and probably fall off. Like that. I'll get Mr. Elephant. And a little watering. There. And then we'll place them outside in the rain. And just get it into the ground good. Make a little mound over there. Over there. That was a good World War II song. Over there, tell the world we'll be there. For the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. That's all the words I know. But what are you gonna do? Okay, so we got 2 planted. Now for our Easter rabbit one. Now this pot is a good pot, and you can see it's a common thyme, Thymus vulgaris. And we did it on 4/13 of 2025. If I get my fingers out of the way. And you can see how pukey it is because it was sitting, the tray that I had it in, you know, with the dry days, I've forgotten with all the rain, it just started getting pukey on me. Let me wipe this off. And then all we're going to do is do a quick cut on the top. We're going to hold it, just like giving a haircut, and cut. Just like that. Still smells good, I'll tell you. So, let's get it out. And let's see what we have on here. Push it out. Yeah, we had it all decorated nice, but I guess, you know what? You know me, hobbling along here today, but still good. So I gotta do something. You gotta keep busy. Arthritis and all, you gotta keep busy. Now this pot I can wash off later, but you can see the hole I drilled in here. Now these are more of a Mediterranean plant. So let me get Matt's root rake from Bobcat Bonsai and just get some of this off. We got this off, we can put that back in. Yeah, it's starting to rot. I can smell it. It's got like a sour smell. So I think this was a coarse sand half and half with the seed starter mix, but right now this is way not too good, I'll tell you that. So we're going to give it a flat root base. Let's see, hopefully it comes back. It should, because we caught it in time. By smelling it, you can smell the soil's not sweet. It's got like a musky odor, a sour odor. So, what are we going to do with the flower pot? Well, the first thing over, we're going to move all this stuff out of the way. I'm doing this because I got Kevin outside and the dog's outside. So I can see if I can pull more of this off. More of this heavy buildup of wet soil. And then I'm going to stick it on the wire grit because this way here will let that pot drain better instead of letting this sit in water. So we got that there. Let's get our steak fork. And you can always use a steak fork because this one's got a thinner blade on here for something small like this, just to fan out the roots. The dogs are always barking at something. Okay, we got that there. Let's wipe my hands. And then we're going to take a number 2 chicken grit and stick it on the bottom for drainage, which I should have did in the first place. Enough to cover that screen up. Just enough to cover the screen up. So now let's put our tree on the styrofoam there. And all we'll do, now I got a real coarse sand mix where it's, I think, 1 part cocoa coir to 3 parts sand. So we're going to add that in there. Yeah, I try to do it with that decorative sand, but for some reason with that decorative sand, it doesn't, you know, it just bubbles up on the top. So now we're going to flip it over. We got our azus. Hopefully, azus will save the roots on this tree. I got not enough azus there. So what's Tom going to do? Gonna get some micos. And we're going to take it out of the bag. Hands are wiped dry so I don't contaminate it. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some onto the roots. Just like that. Sprinkle it all over. It's just beneficial bacteria. Just like that. Get it in, close it up. Seal that bag up tight. Okay, now we're gonna really get it into the mix there. We're going to take the rest of the sandy mix because they like it dry. Here's Mr. Spoon. I knew I had him someplace here. Mr. Spoon says hello to all the kiddies. Mr. Clock is sleeping. So if any of the kids are watching, don't let them see Jaja wiping his hands in his pants, because the moms will really be upset with me. But if you're old like me, do it. So, got it in there like that. And then we're going to put it outside because it's nice and cloudy. You can see how dark it is out there through the window. And we'll go from there. So let me put this on so I know what this one is, and I just write everything down there. And you can see how I write it down. So, Mr. Elephant will just get the air pockets out. And I'll rewrite a date on here. And let's see what happens, what we can do with this guy. I got him planted a little above so everything drains and it gets dry, because they're, I think, from a Mediterranean climate and they like it dry. And you water them when it gets wet. So I have to put this on the screen in the mini greenhouse so it can drain properly. And then put the maples into the little pot, into a little container that holds water, and we go from there. So I'll put a little stick in each one so we know the dates on there. And let's see if this little guy survives. And yes, there's a little piece sticking up here. We're not going to really do anything until they survive. And then I can put some moss there later, but for this one I'm not. I got to let it dry. Maybe just some regular sand, or you know what? I got some of this piece river gravel left. And that'll also help with the drainage. And we go from there. So you know what today is? Today's Wednesday. It's potluck night. Comedy, detective. Anything you want to watch, an old radio, listen to an old radio show. Anything you want to do, because today is potluck Wednesday. So take care, everybody. Have a good rest of the day. And there's our common thyme. And here's our maple, our mini. And then I'll put a little dab of lipstick on the cut there, and we got our other little mini tree that survived. So you take care and have a good day. Enjoy a cup of tea. Stay dry if you're in the windy city, because it's going to rain. It looks like it. I have to get the other guys in. Kevin in, he just doesn't want to come in. So you take care, have a good day, and relax tonight with whatever you want to watch and listen to. But stay off the phone. I think that's worse than anything else. It's one big addiction. Everybody's got it glued to their ear. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.